And I'm Giancarlo.
Do I?
Are you on your period or something?
I think I am. Yesterday I ate like a mastodon. Mastodon is a prehistorical, like woolly mammoth type thing.
And you ate that?
No, I ate like one.
All this stuff is in the game we're reviewing, right?
Oh, is this what we're doing right now? We're doing
Apparently.
a review. Hi, I'm Felicia.
And I'm Giancarlo, like I said.
And this is our review of
Avarium.
Academy, a battle card game.
You just took my line away for like you upstaged me. You're like, blah, let me you want to hear, you know what, take over, Mastodon.
Alright, so in this game area. No, Giancarlo, I need you. Shifty librarian. She looks like Ellen DeGeneres. Shifty librarian.
You ate a mastodon or like
ate
a
a
parrot
mastodon
that just keeps talking. Players will battle one another in this high school rumble filled with arcane magic, technology, aliens, ninjas, and other crazy-filled manga-esque weirdness. Have one of the 3 win conditions and you'll be crowned the best in Avarium Academy. Now place the board in the middle of the table. Have the reputation token to one side and the attack tokens to the other. Each player will choose or randomly pick an idol. They'll take a merit dial and spin it until the number matches the merit value on their idol. You can also give out these player aids if you wish. Take the student cards, shuffle it, and place it on the school space. Reveal 6, placing them in the courtyard. Shuffle the scheme cards, deal 2 to each player, and create a deck with the remainders by placing it on the library space. Determine the first player, and the second player will start with 2 extra reputation at the start of their turn, so just keep this in mind. You're now ready to play.
Each turn consists of 3 phases: start phase, plan phase, and end phase. At the start of your turn, you must follow these steps. First, check to see any win conditions. One way of winning is to fulfill your idol's win con written here. If achieved, the game ends and you win. If not, we move on to the get ready step. Here, simply place your cards upright if they've been turned sideways. Then gain reputation. You'll gain a total reputation of your idol's rep value written here in the gold star. Lastly, draw a scheme card from the library. Total hand limit is 5, so going over will make you immediately discard the excess.
The plan phase is where you can take any of these 3 actions: recruit, fight, and play a scheme card in any order and as many times as you want and or is possible. Recruit allows you to spend reputation tokens to recruit students from the courtyard. Their costs will be listed here. Once recruited, spend the required reputation token and place the student in your hallway. They are not in your class just yet. As soon as a student is recruited from the courtyard, replace it with another from the school immediately. Newly recruited students will join your class, the playing area in front of you, at the end of the turn. But keep in mind when recruiting that your class can only have 5 students maximum. Schemes are cards you play from your hand by paying their cost with reputation as well. Most can only be played during the plan phase, but the ones with the surprise keyword can be played at any time. Which brings us to our next available action, fight.
When you want to fight, you'll first choose an attacking leader. They can be either a student or your idol. Then you choose a target from your opponent. Again, this can be any student or the idol. Once the leader has been chosen, the attacker can support it by placing any number of students or your idol to form the attacking party. The defender will do the same to support the target. Now, before the damage phase, some students may have certain abilities you wish to trigger by exhausting them, meaning turning them sideways. If you decide to do so, apply their effect, but be aware that when students are exhausted, they'll deal no damage in fights, while still receiving damage. When everybody declared their support or abilities played, we move on to the damage phase. Each student or idol will deal an amount of base damage equal to their attack value listed here. Any attack that goes over a target's defense value will have that student expelled. Any student that received damage but did not get expelled will become exhausted. Note that this does not apply to idols. They always deal damage. Damage dealt to idols have their merits reduced that much. If this ever reaches 0, they're eliminated. Whatever happens in a fight, the attacking student or idols will have an attack token placed on them. They can no longer attack this turn.
When all your actions have been taken in the plan phase, we move on to the end phase. All of the active player students in the hallway enter your class. Remember, a maximum limit of 5 students can be placed in your class, so choose and discard any excess. Trash excess scheme cards as well, if any, and remove any attack tokens. The students will remain exhausted, however, and unfortunately for them, will become easy targets on the opponent's turn, as they'll deal no damage for being exhausted. Play continues this way until an idol reaches 0 merits, an idol reaches its win condition, or when the school deck runs out and the idol with the most merit wins.
This battle card game has some interesting mechanics, first being the 3 win conditions. The most common, however, is reducing the opponent's idol merits to 0. The other 2 don't really play a role. The win con can easily be foiled by opponents, and going through the whole school deck without an idol getting expelled. Kinda makes the game long for no reason. And this aspect applies to tactics as well as much as the game does offer them. Long-term strategy suffers on account of luck and unbalances. It has that deck building mechanic which I dislike of buying cards from the row. So should you buy a student on your turn and reveal a better one for your opponent, well, too bad. Sure, scheme cards can help you to deal with them again, if you're lucky enough to draw them. And some are just better than others, especially when applied with different numbers of players. Others are just too conditional. So you have some games where there's this nice back and forth, while others are just decided by what appears in the courtyard or what you drew as scheme cards. Speaking of cards, the art on them is quite nice, and the card stock is really good. But I'm only going to give a half pro point in components, because these tokens really are quite awful. Rulebook is really written well, and it had some really nice humorous touch, so as a pro point there. We can't tell you how many battle card games suffer from bad rulebooks, but not the case here. Look, if theme is more important to you than gameplay and don't mind losing to luck of the draw, then Avarium Academy does the job. For us, we prefer a little more depth, as such Avarium Academy receives 5.5 out of 10.